only 15.2% of municipalities in South Africa are currently have got good financial statements, employ competent people, and do things without corruption. So we're very proud to be part of that 15.2%, and I think all colleagues can feel very proud of that. Then also on a high note, I want to also congratulate on behalf of our council, Bafana Bafana, with their win. I think we're all very proud and excited this morning on SAFM. That was all everybody was speaking about. Even Minister Slabisa was talking this morning about the audit outcome and so on. And he was also very excited, firstly, about the win before he spoke about leadership in our municipalities. And then on a more somber note, Venezuelan earthquake, the double earthquake that they've experienced. Also, our condolences go out to that families who are struggling and who lost lives there. So that's quite unfortunate. Madam Speaker, we gather here today, and I'm reminded once again that Mossel Bay is not only iconic in its natural beauty and heritage, but also dynamic in partnership, community spirit, and forward-looking governance. And I'm going to speak a bit about partnerships, as I've mentioned, our international partnerships. On June 24, we welcomed the Chinese Consul General Ren Faiying and his wife Ma Ning to Mossel Bay, together with the Minister of Social Development, Minister Jaco Lont, and the Municipal Manager, Mr. Piren, and Director of Planning and Economic Development, Director Venter, and then the Mossel Bay Municipality leadership, and we showcased our economy, the heritage, and tourism potential. We visited Pinnacle Point. We went through the Heritage Tunnel to the cave, to 13B site, and we ended up at Super Village at one of our businesses, where we showcased some of the craftsmanship of our local businesses, and where Mossel Bay Tourism also joined us. So we're looking obviously forward to relationships and seeing how we can grow our economy in partnership with various Chinese municipalities and business. Then earlier this year, we also welcomed the Swiss Consul General, Andreas Rufer, who explored opportunities for collaboration in infrastructure investment and social initiatives. And we're working on preparing some proposals that we can share with these different countries and consul generals. We are planning on inviting them all on to Mossel Bay. It will most probably only be early in the next term. And we've asked all directorates to work together. That because with the Swiss Consul General, asked us what they can assist us with, where they can get involved. With the Chinese Consul General, also spoke about possibilities in terms of foreign direct investment. And to grow our economy, to create more jobs, I think it's important. So at this stage, we're working and seeing what we can showcase and opportunities inside the municipality and maybe in private sector that we can showcase to the different countries we will then invite in the next term. In terms of our local partnerships, I want to thank once again Pastor Mila and all the church leaders in Mossel Bay for the work they're doing. We know with the xenophobic attacks that happened over the past couple of weeks, and also the 30th that's looming, we are worried. And at this stage, we want to ask people to obviously obey to the rules, stay humane. Obviously, we agree that illegal people should not be in our country, and we expect the authorities to do their job, but not for people to take the law into their own hands and to hurt people. So once again, thank you for the role that churches also play in terms of that, and for the leadership in this municipality, for the humanity that's been shown. We've assisted various people to be repatriated. So thank you very much to the municipal manager and all our law enforcement agencies and Councillor Leon van Dijk, who's been closely involved. Thank you very much to them. Then we also celebrate the story of Mr. Tebogo Griffiths, who begins his cycling journey on the 1st of July 2026. He will cycle from Mossel Bay to Middelburg, and his mission is to raise awareness and support for school uniforms and shoes, reminding us that dignity in the classroom begins with the basics. And this is just one example of many people and institutions in our town plowing back and working in our communities to assist for the great need that we experience out there. So thank you very much for initiatives like this. And it was my great honor to meet with Tebogo yesterday and give him a letter from my side that he will give to the mayor in Middelburg that she can also sign, and obviously his fundraising all the way. Then in terms of community engagement, I invite all residents to join me for the Roundtable Mossel Bay 32 Polar Plunge on Friday, 17 July 2026 at the Pinnacle Point Tidal Pool. This event is part of the Winter Nights campaign and raises awareness of the harsh effects of winter on the less fortunate. So donations of warm clothing, food and funds will be collected. And the event, if you don't take the plunge, come cheer on those who do. So every contribution makes a difference. Then on the agenda, today's speaker, we will speak about the Moss Jazz Festival that's strengthening Mossel Bay's cultural identity and tourism economy. We've seen there that the money that goes back into our community is roughly 44 million rand. That's just one event. And that's obviously strategically why we are very proud and why we are open for these events to take place in our community, and why we also thank our administration who assist. It's not their work, and we are aware of that, but the fact that they open and that they assist people like the Moss Jazz team to come and host their festival in Mossel Bay. Then in terms of the pipeline feasibility study, that's for ensuring long-term water security and infrastructure resilience for our growing town. That's one of the other items. And then the debt relief for churches and NGOs. That's also the item that we can maybe focus on. These items shows that Mossel Bay is investing in culture, infrastructure, and compassion, the three pillars of a thriving community. And then, Speaker, we're going on recess on the 26th of June. And I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all directors, councillors, and municipal staff. Your dedication and hard work have carried Mossel Bay forward through a busy season of governance, planning, and service delivery. To my fellow councillors, I encourage you to use this recess period to connect with your constituencies, engage with residents, listen to their concerns, and bring back their voices to this chamber when we reconvene. Our strength lies in being close to the people we serve. And then, Speaker, me and the Whip did a podcast that will be broadcasted on Friday. We're also in the election season, and many questions were asked, and there's a lot of unclarity. There's quite a few ward boundary changes in Mossel Bay that's taking place. So the voters and the residents, ek wil nou amper inwoners in Engels probeer vertaal, maar the residents, all of them might be affected, and for that reason the podcast on demarcation will go out on Friday just to elaborate a bit more. So we ask residents to just go to the IEC site, or obviously to the registration stations in your ward. You can only vote in the area where you stay, and that registration points will be open on 1 and 2 August again, but you can alternatively also go to the IEC website. So Mossel Bay is a town that honors its heritage, embrace its people, and open its arms to the world with international partnerships, local champions like Mr. Griffiths, community initiatives like the Polar Plunge, and council decisions that strengthen our culture, infrastructure, and social foundations. We are building a future of hope, dignity, and prosperity. Thank you, Speaker.